Welcome to Central Methodist University Postgame Report. I'm Tyler Wade, and staying alongside me is men's head basketball coach Jeff Sherman. Following their win against the Benedictine Ravens by a final score of 76-72, Coach Alex Barton hits a big three at the end. Talk to us just a little bit about that play and what you had set up there at the end.
It wasn't that. Not that it wasn't a bad call, but no, our call at that point is we wanted to go right at the basket. There were 17 seconds left, and we wanted just to lengthen the game out a little bit and go an extra possession. We just felt that they were going to guard us for the three. The only thing with that was if it got to 8 seconds, we had to make a decision and go for the three. And the main thing is for us is to get the ball to Mel Tillman and let him make the decision. He's done this time and time for us. Well, he came down, and basically we were at that 8-second mark. And so, you're probably watching him. What's he going to do? He's just dribbling back and forth, but he's waiting for everything to set up. And did he not just set that up beautifully? Yep. Now, Alex could have missed that shot, and we may not be talking about it in the same light. But regardless, it was a great play that those two set up on their own, and he happened to hit it. And boy, did that not change the whole dynamics of the game. Obviously, it gave us a whole another 5 minutes. And there wasn't going to be any stopping those guys after that. I felt pretty good about the overtime period. But no, Benedictine's a very good team, and this was an impressive win for our fellows.
This is the second straight game between these two teams that's came down to a last-second shot in regulation. How evenly are these two teams matched up, and how much do these two teams just battle when they play each other?
Well, obviously we're even. Otherwise, we wouldn't have had the two games that we've had. And if we play each other first round of the playoffs, it's just going to be more so. It's going to be more physical. You're going to see both teams just doing just about everything they can to come away with the win. I thought that right now they're a player short, which probably helped us. They had a big man inside that they were hurting with, and then we had Darian Davis that was injured, so he couldn't play the second half. So we played one rotation off. But when it gets down to this, the big thing with Benedictine is it's a Big Ten team that's big, physical, and that's what it is. It's a battle. We can go play Culver Stockton on Thursday. That's not the same type of game. It's going to be up and down, and who's going to end up shooting each other out of the game. And so this game right here, it's more about the defense. It's more about the rebounding. It's more about the battling. And I'm just extremely proud of how our guys are starting to come through this second half of the season.
Yeah, usually for your teams, running teams is usually what we see from them. This game, though, a different style of play that you guys were able to win from, a lot slower pace game. Is that something you guys knew coming into, and how important is it that you guys can win playing different styles?
Well, you know that when you're going to play Benedictine, they lead the conference in defense, and it's not so much of their defense. They take up a lot of time on offense. So everyone always thinks that, well, if your defense is that good because you're only giving up so many points, there's just not that many possessions, because on offense, they use that shot clock all the way up. And so for us, the important thing is that we have to get the most out of our possessions. And hats off to Eric Franklin. He's running the team phenomenal. We got Mike Banks and Mel Tillman on the wings. They're playing their hearts out. Again, Elliott to have 34 points. Now, again, he has 34 points because we have guards that can score. Otherwise, he's not going to have all those easy shots. And the thing is, he put them away tonight, 14 of 19 from the field. That's impressive. But Alex Barner was a big key, not because he hit the three-point shot, but he did all the dirty work. He picked up big charges. He was our leading rebounder. He did all the things. And if we're going to go anywhere beyond postseason, it's going to be taking care of the little things. And I thought tonight we were able to do that.
Elliott Black, like you mentioned, had 34 points tonight, new career high for him, matches jersey number, as I joked with him earlier. How big is he for you guys, and also how important is it that he's starting to play this well now at the end of the season?
Well, the career highs and all that, nobody really ever talks about that. That's stuff that you see in the papers. In fact, it gets to be kind of an annoyance just because of what the next team's going to start doing. The bottom line is he just did what he was needed to do. I mean, he hit shots when he had them, and you expect to have those nights when you have those opportunities. You have a career night one night. Well, if you have another one, it gets to where the career part doesn't sound as much. So the bottom line is he's going to go out there and play his heart out every game. But if the 34 points isn't as necessary sometimes as maybe the 12 rebounds that we don't talk about as much. And maybe the next game we're going to need those 12 rebounds, but that might turn up bigger than the 34 points tonight. But, for him being a senior, he is finishing up big time. And I would say a performance like this is going to increase his chances of the all-conference recognition, because that gets voted on this next week. And we've got 2 players that'll be up there a little bit. I don't know how high we'll go with Melvin and Elliott, but they'll both be considered, in that second team, possibly first team range. And they deserve it. They've just played their hearts out this year. And it's unfortunate that you have all your role players that make the rest of the difference, but you don't get that type of recognition. But what I've always told the team, every team that went to the national tournament, that wasn't the honors that they were the most pleased about. It was getting to go to the national tournament, and you do that as a team. And right now, I think we're really buying into what that means, and everyone's really jumping up and playing their role.
I want to ask you about a play by Alex Barton. You talked about some of the little things he does. I think it's inside the minute mark, and he picks up a charge call on the defensive end on the side. Kind of slid in there at the last second, picked it up. Were you afraid a little bit watching it? I mean, it's a little bit of a risky play, but nonetheless a huge play by Barton.
But this is the key. He had 4 fouls.
Yeah.
He had 4 fouls. He sacrificed his body for the team, and it was a tremendous charge, but you don't know if an official's going to call it that way. But that's what it takes. I mean, if he gets called for a block, it's still a fabulous charge. We still go after it. You just hope you get called for it, but that's the difference of being a successful team, is having players that'll do that. And, boy, that's why I say he's the one that really stepped up and did the type of things that helped us win.
We're nearing the end of the season now. You guys gained sole possession of 4th place in the conference, maybe possibility of moving up another spot, 2 games to go, and then the conference tournament. What are you going to tell your team that they need to focus on now as we get near the home stretch to be successful?
Well, right now it's just Culver Stockton. And hey, they're ranked 23rd, 24th or something like that. And as we're speaking right now, it's overtime with Evangel, which is the number 11 team in the nation. That's our focus right now. It all comes down to just that game. And then we'll have our senior night next Saturday against Baker. But our focus right now is going to be playing Culver Stockton. We beat them the first time here at home in overtime. We know they're going to be hungry for us, and that's going to be enough. We're going to have our hands full this week to try to counter Culver. But if we are successful at Culver, we'd be the only team in the conference that would have been able to get them both times. So that gives you a little bit more heads up when it gets down to playoff time, and gets the players a little bit more confidence too. But the guys are going to be pumped up now. I mean, practice Monday is going to be a lot of fun for them. I mean, that part right now is to pull away with these kind of wins. That's special, and I'm really proud of the guys.
Coach, congratulations on your win tonight against the Ravens. We wish you best of luck as you guys travel at Culver and take on them and for the rest of the season. Men's basketball team wins tonight against the Benedictine Ravens by a final score 76-72. We'd like to thank you for joining us here at the CMU Postgame Report. Remember to also check out CMUEagles.com for all your live stats and updates on all our athletics, and also follow us on Twitter at CMU Eagles. I'm Tyler Wynn.